What if I told you that some of the most devastating disasters in history were not caused by nature, but by man himself? A chilling thought, isn't it? But it's a reality we must face. From the ash dike rupture in Tennessee to the ongoing methane gas fire in Turkmenistan, mankind's actions have often left indelible marks on our planet. These aren't just fleeting incidents, but catastrophic events that have shaped and altered ecosystems, impacting life in unimaginable ways. Join us as we journey through time, exploring the impact and aftermath of some of the largest man-made environmental disasters in history. Our first stop is the year 1989, in the pristine waters of Alaska. An ecological disaster unfurled as the Exxon Valdez, an oil tanker, ran aground on Bly Reef, spilling millions of gallons of crude oil into the surrounding waters. This incident didn't just happen overnight. A series of unfortunate events, including a failure in navigation systems and human error, resulted in one of the most devastating man-made environmental disasters in history. The immediate impact was both visually and ecologically shocking. The once clear waters were now a murky, toxic soup, suffocating marine life and coating birds in a deadly, sticky residue. But the damage didn't stop there. The oil spill disrupted the delicate balance of Alaska's ecosystem, causing a ripple effect that's still felt to this day. The long-term effects have been profound. Wildlife populations, including sea otters and various bird species, took a significant hit. Some are still struggling to recover, even after all these years. The spill also had a devastating effect on the local fishing industry, causing economic hardship for many Alaskan communities. The Exxon Valdez oil spill, a stark reminder of the dangers of oil transportation, left an indelible mark on Alaska. Fast rewind to 1979, we land in Pennsylvania, the site of the worst nuclear accident in U.S. history. It's here that the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident unfolded, a catastrophe that would leave an indelible mark on the landscape and the collective memory of a nation. The incident was sparked by a cooling malfunction in the plant's second reactor, which led to a partial meltdown. This created a radioactive gas bubble that threatened to cause a full-scale disaster. For days, the local population was on high alert, with thousands evacuating amid fears of a potential nuclear explosion. The immediate environmental impact was significant. Radioactive gases were released into the atmosphere, and concerns about contaminated water and soil were rife. The local wildlife and ecosystem bore the brunt of this nuclear mishap. In the years that followed, the long-term effects became more apparent. Elevated levels of radiation were detected in the surrounding area, and the incident led to heightened concerns about the safety and viability of nuclear power. It also triggered a wave of policy changes and regulatory reforms aimed at preventing such a disaster from happening again. The 3 Mile Island accident, a chilling testament to the risks of nuclear power, forever changed the community and the nuclear industry. Fast forward to the year 2010, we find ourselves in the Gulf of Mexico, witnessing one of the largest marine oil spills in history. This catastrophe, known as the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, originated from a drilling rig explosion. The blowout led to a fire that raged for 2 days before the rig eventually sank, opening a wellhead that released millions of barrels of oil into the ocean. The immediate aftermath was nothing short of a marine nightmare. The thick, viscous oil smothered marine wildlife, from tiny plankton to massive whales. Birds covered in oil struggled to fly, while turtles and dolphins gasped for air through the oil-slicked surface. The once vibrant marine ecosystem was transformed into a murky deathbed. But the devastation didn't stop there. Even today, a decade later, the Gulf's ecosystems continue to suffer. Studies show that the oil spill has had a long-lasting effect on the lifespan, reproduction, and behavior of marine species in the area. The spill also took a toll on the local fishing industry, with fishermen finding deformed and oil-soaked creatures in their nets long after the incident. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill, a grim reminder of the perils of offshore drilling, has left a lasting scar on the Gulf of Mexico. As we reflect on these disasters, we must ask ourselves, what can we learn from them? We journeyed through the chilling tales of the Exxon Valdez oil spill, the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident, and the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. Each event was a stark reminder of humanity's capacity to shape the environment, often with devastating consequences. In the aftermath of these disasters, the environment bore the brunt of the impact, with diverse ecosystems left shattered and countless species pushed to the brink of extinction. Yet the human cost was equally immense, with communities suffering from the ripple effects of these catastrophes for generations. So, what lessons can we glean from these unfortunate events? Firstly, they underscore the urgent need for rigorous safety protocols in industries that pose potential risks to the environment. Secondly, they highlight the importance of swift, coordinated response efforts in the wake of a disaster. But perhaps the most crucial lesson is the necessity of environmental protection and sustainable practices. Every action we take, every decision we make, has the potential to impact the world around us. As such, it's incumbent upon us all to make choices that preserve and protect the environment, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. This is not just the responsibility of corporations or governments, but of each and every one of us. Through small daily actions like reducing waste, conserving water, and supporting renewable energy, we can make a difference. We have the tools, the knowledge, and the power to change course and avoid future disasters. The past cannot be undone, but the future is still in our hands. Together, we have the power to prevent the next environmental disaster.